and thanks for tuning in to Regards to Broadway. I have a very special guest tonight, Lua Hadar. And Lua, it's great having you on the show. And when I hear what people hear what you do and the excitement that you bring to singing and life, I think it's going to be a marvelous show.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Well, believe me, it's my thrill. Just to hear what some people have said about you, from all over around the world, from the United Kingdom. A sheer delight. Songs for lovers, smooth, seductive jazz, polished vocal phrasing, lovely music, easily twinkling on through the night, irresistible. In Germany, she makes the whole side of the world seem a stone's throw away. How about this? This review needs only one word: wow. What a powerful voice booming from the Latin heavens. How did this all begin? I mean, there's something in your voice that it's unique. It's the only way I could think of. And I can see why you're getting all this praise from all over.
Well, thank you. I grew up a child of a musician. My father was a reed man and a music teacher, and so music was in my life.
And where was that?
That was back in New York.
Okay.
Long Island.
Oh, okay. Great.
Then I ended up majoring in theater in college. Everybody said, no, you should be a psychologist, you know, but you go down that route. And so it's just sort of been kind of my life in art, you know,
yes,
biting and scratching all the way.
So you always planned to sing jazz, this kind of thing in your training?
Actually, I was always intimidated by jazz because coming from New York, you really know what jazz sounds like. Yes, and sure. I always loved jazz. Ella Fitzgerald is my idol forever. But I also grew up, you know, listening to Judy Garland a lot and musical theater quite a bit. I was very influenced by musical theater. And I never felt like I could touch jazz.
Yeah.
But when I met my musical director, Dr. Jason Martineau, he sort of embraced all of the styles that I had been through and worked in and worked on, and kind of helped me to mold it into what we call jazz without borders. It's kind of an idiom. It's based on jazz. The chords are jazz. The grooves are jazz or Latin jazz. And we bring in material from outside of the jazz repertoire, such as Soon It's Gonna Rain from the Fantastics.
That's right, from Fantastics, yes.
Then we turn that into a samba. That's why we call the band Twist.
Oh.
Floating Where I Have Never Been.
What a great title.
Yeah. Thank you. That's on our CD, too. It's the first cut on our CD.
Wow. So, and was this developed, I mean, was this his?
This is a song that he wrote.
He wrote.
But when I first started working with him in 2005, I was very interested, as I always am, in you know, being open to original material, and sometimes something fits your voice and you know, or your spirit, or you just like it. And I started doing it right away. I did it in a show that we performed in 2005 and 2006. And then it's kind of stayed in the repertoire, and it's sort of become the signature song for our band, which is called Lua Hadar with Twist. There's something about that song that when we were making this latest CD, we said everything has to sort of go with that song somehow. It's kind of become an anchor.
Now, I notice on your CD you do a variety of songs, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, a little bit of...
Yeah. There's a Cuban song, Siboney by Ernesto Lecuona, known as the Cuban Gershwin. Yes. And there's an Italian song called Vorrei, written by a dear colleague of mine from the times when I was in Italy.
Really?
Yeah, oh, it's a beautiful song. Jason's in love with that one, too. Then we've got a few French songs, which are also going to appear in the show that we'll be doing at the Raz Room on Sunday. And a Joni Mitchell tune, done in our way, All I Want, and some other things.
And how long have you been, has Twist been?
Twist, well, you know, you never know when the beginning of something is, right? It's not like I woke up one morning, I said, oh, let's have Twist, you know?
Right.
It was named Twist by a dear friend of mine who happens to be the company director of the San Francisco Ballet, Robert Russo. We had him over for dinner one night and said, we've got to find a name for the band. We're putting out PR, and what's it going to be? So after several magic glasses of wine, he said, I've got it, Twist. And so, and that was it, yeah.
Yes. Now, how long ago did the album come out?
The album came out last May, May 2008. Yeah. We opened it at the Iridium Jazz Club on Broadway in New York. And then we did a show at Jazz at Pearls here, before Jazz at Pearls had to close. And we've performed it, performed the CD release show in various different places. And now with this new show, French Connection, this is the opening of a new chapter.
Wow. It sounds like what you do is so unique. I mean, I'm trying to think of someone who does what you're doing, and it just sounds...
It's kind of like... It's like, those Putumayo CDs when you buy a compilation.
Oh, yes.
But we're the whole compilation.
I guess that's the word I wanted. Yes, you are the compilation.
We do a lot of variety, but again, we call it Jazz Without Borders because everything sort of lives inside of the jazz idiom. It's, in a certain way, it's a little bit like Pink Martini with the world view and the many languages, but it's based in jazz.
You also spent quite a bit of time in Europe?
Yes, I did. I am crazy about doing cultural exchanges and going to different places in the world where I have the opportunity to learn from their culture and learn an art form. I studied dance in Bali for 18 days, and I mean, I love doing things like this. And I worked with an Italian theater company for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So that was my big Italian experience. I was based in Verona, and we toured all around doing shows in Italy and also up into Switzerland and to Barcelona for the Cultural Olympics, and a wonderful experience, a life-changing experience.
5 years in Italy. I can't. And look at it. I mean, you must have been able to work off all that pasta and all that.
No, never. The pasta will never come off. I'm the pasta princess. We specifically wanted the CD to get released, into the world jazz market and to have an international presence, because I really want our band to go out there with an international presence.
Oh, yeah.
It is my goal to bring unity through music.
Wow.
I want to travel and perform and create that sense in an audience. We went to Bangkok.
Bangkok?
For example, yes, we started this path. We went to the International Festival of Dance and Music in Bangkok. It was really a fascinating experience. For me to sit there and sign CDs and have someone translate from English into the Thai language for me, and then in back of them was a Russian person, and in back of that person was someone from Australia, and they had never heard us before, they had never heard of our music before, and they were there because they were there at the festival, and they bought a ticket, and they came, and they sat, and they got us.
Wow.
The power of communication through music is just awesome to me.
Yes.
It was the 10th International Festival of Dance and Music, and we were there last October in 2008, and we performed in this immense Thailand Cultural Center in their theater. It was a great honor for us, and it was really a great first step on the road to Mandalay.
Yes. More albums, more appearances?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, right now, I mean, I just came back from Paris. I performed in Paris in July. And a couple of the songs that will be in the show came to me through that experience. So since I've been back, it's just been sort of like produce and create, just to get this show ready to bring to the public and to the video camera.
Great.
It's called French Connection. Many of the songs are in French, but also in English, and it's all kind of mixed together so that the audience will understand and be able to appreciate everything.
When I look at your background, it just amazes me how all these little pieces have suddenly come together.
Yes, that's exactly it. I feel that way myself. I feel like the roads that I've been traveling and the cultural diplomacy, if you wish, experiences that I've had through the years. When I was in college, I went to Russia with the Wizard of Oz. Stuff like this has happened.
We could go in any direct. I mean, the Wizard of Oz in Russia. I can hardly believe that sounds so amazing.
This was fabulous. We sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" in Russian, and the rest of the performance was in English. And it was a half a lifetime ago. Okay, Joe.
But still, this international flavor that you've developed.
It's just a fascination. My parents took me to Europe for the first time when I was 15, and there's always been, I'm second generation American, so the lands afar are not that far off in my family tree. Because I'm just so fascinated about other cultures and other people's music and other people's lives, and so it's all beginning to kind of come together and add up, and it's a twist.